Good morning, everybody, and welcome to this FluidOne and 8x8 webinar on managing large teams remotely and getting ready for the new normal. I'd like to start by introducing with a short introduction to FluidOne and to 8x8, and we'll look at key challenges for remote working. Then we'll jump into an 8x8 demo and show you around the portal and the application. We'll have a look how this COVID situation has really highlighted the need for a joined-up UC solution. We'll talk about the best ways to manage connectivity and Teams, voice issues, messaging, video chats, and how you can do that all from one place and the best way to deliver it. And above all, it's about getting the best performance from your teams and making sure that everybody feels connected and works well together. At the end, we'll have some time for some questions and some answers, and we'll go through that with you, and the presentation will be available online to review as well. So the first thing I'd like to do is just introduce myself. Will Brooks, I'm the Sales Director at FluidOne. I've been in the IT industry for just a little over 20 years now, and during that time I've seen a massive change in what is possible with unified communications. It's taken different views through that period. It's been, with just voice over IP initially, and then there was messaging platforms, and it's all started to come together. Through the whole period of my career in IT, I have been managing teams, and most of those have had to be out in the field. Some of them have been different offices, and the challenges that are faced by managing remote staff has never been greater than it is today, and the coronavirus pandemic has caused us to really have a look at how we deliver a solution. So I'll hopefully bring some of that experience to bear in this call, and I'd like to now introduce you to Nicola from 8x8.
Hi everyone. I am Nick Stanich, and I am a channel sales engineer for 8x8. I've been working for 8x8 for about 7 years now across mid-market and enterprise teams. I have background in networking. I am a Cisco engineer by trade, so I really moved to or worked with Will here to show you some of the products from 8x8 and how 8x8 is helping in today's situation, and how we actually utilize the products that we've developed over the last 20 years.
So what I'd like to do now is just introduce you to who FluidOne are. Some of you may already be customers or aware of some of the services that we offer, but for those who don't, and a bit of a recap for those who do. FluidOne is the best connected data provider in the UK, with over 30 different carriers who form part of our core network. So as an aggregator, we're able to rely on the services of lots of well-known carriers such as BT, Virgin, TalkTalk, and many others, and bring them back into a core network to offer our customers a very robust and reliable network service for their data needs. On top of that, we're also very strong in mobile connectivity, be that voice calls, but also from a data perspective, and more we're involved with delivering voice over our network, and that ties in nicely to our relationship with 8x8. We're a UK-based organisation with over 100 staff across 3 locations, supporting just shy of 1,000 customers. We hold 5 ISO accreditations, which are sort of testimony to that we see quality as being a backbone to what we deliver, and that's backed up by a Net Promoter Score of 82, which is unheard of in the telecoms industry. One of the flagship parts of our business is the portal called Dash. It gives customers a fantastic insight into what's going on, what services they've got, and what else is accessible to them. But even more important than Dash to our organisation is Platform One. Our core network is built on Juniper hardware, and it's a case study on their website for how to build a future-proof core network. And we aggregate all of the carriers and partners that we work back into that core network, which is located in 16 data centres across the UK. Bringing back any connectivity medium that you want into the core network we can provide those services to organisations and offer a range of solutions supporting head offices, branch offices, specifically home office and home workers, what we're going to be talking around today, but mobile workers, temporary offices, and also IoT assets in a lot of our customers are construction and managing those endpoints, be a digger is very different to somebody in an office. So the solutions we provide are varied to our customers, but they all rely on quality. The important part around voice and using voice over the internet is ensuring that you've got a high quality network, and FluidOne are able to provide that. We can have the best choice of carriers that are most appropriate for whatever location our customers reside in. So be that in their head office or branch office, but also home users. One of the things that we provide for home users can be a dedicated private internet connection across DSL technology that goes straight back to their corporate infrastructure, doesn't touch the public internet. So where there's highly sensitive information and data concerned, then we can add an extra level of security beyond just having a normal VPN. So yeah, so that's a very brief summary of FluidOne and some of the services that we provide. I'll get Nick just to talk a little bit about who 8x8 are.
Well, who 8x8 is 8x8 are a software house based out of San Jose in California. We've been in business since late 80s, really. However, we were doing something very different before the 2000. Hence the name. We were doing a video codecs, developing video codecs for YouTube. Since 2000, we've moved into unified communications and later on in contact center software that is completely hosted or completely born and developed in the cloud. We are working across the whole globe. We have 15, soon to be 16 different data centers around the globe, anywhere from Santa Clara, Ashburn, Virginia, London, India, China, Singapore, Australia, and so on and so forth. With those 15 data centers, we are serving about 1 million endpoints around the world. That number massively increased recently from the usage perspective during the COVID pandemic, because a lot of users are taking up our solution, and particularly our meeting solution, as an alternative, as a secure alternative to some of the products out there. As a software house, we're not just your standard telecommunications company. We are focused on development and improvement of our products. We have over 170 patents within the industry that are used in our products. And we spread all of those services across 89 countries at the moment. We are technically support 122 countries. From the financial side, we're a very stable company, and we had 29 consecutive profitable quarters. And we are a Gartner leader for many years in a row. All of those products, talk about the product that we supply, so we will go through voice, instant messaging, contact center integrations, and so on. All of those are deployed from secure and reliable cloud, and we guarantee the call quality or the voice quality over public networks. So when we talk about the product that we supply, we really took a unique story before the industry developed in that way. We have combined team messaging, cloud telephony, contact center, meetings, and integrations behind it, with all within one product, one single interface, and one system of intelligence in order to monitor those activities, the usage of those products, and the efficiency of your agent. When I talk about the secure platform and reliable platform, we also have to be compliant. And as part of 8x8, we have taken security very, very seriously. And we have certified against ISO 27001, ISO 9001 from the quality perspective. We also adhere to HIPAA, FISMA, and G Cloud certifications, or we are on G Cloud. Therefore, we are providing those services into very, very secure environments, security aware environments. Talking of clients for some of those, I mean, we supply the product to federal government, we supply it to the local government in the UK, we supply it to Legal Aid, for example, and Ministry of Justice. So that brings me really onto this slide. I guess every company has one of these slides, and which will show you a little bit of diversity between our clientele. So we have anywhere, everyone's our client, so anyone from one seat user or one user enterprise all the way to probably one of the biggest companies that we onboarded, which is Regis serviced offices, through which we are able to deliver somewhat 500,000 users at the end of the contract. So really, we demonstrated through different industries our capabilities to deliver within warehouses, within retail, with serviced offices like Regis. We managed to do a global deployments in over 127 countries. So really across all different sections of the market, whether we're talking about the SMB, mid-market or enterprise accounts, we have delivered pretty much every vertical that we can think of. Hopefully that gives you a little bit of an insight of who 8x8 are, and I'll hand over back to Will.
Well, thank you, Nick. That's a great insight to who 8x8 are. So before we jump into the sort of the product and what's available in a little bit more detail, I just want to highlight some of the challenges that we've all been facing over the last 7 or 8 weeks. Even sat in FluidOne, where we deliver connectivity to our customers, and it's core to what we do every day. We've seen challenges where people have got less than excellent broadband connections at home, and not everybody is fortunate enough to have superfast broadband in their area, so it does impact their ability to work and work well. The other thing that's changed in the way that we work is where somebody's maybe worked from home quite a lot in the past. They've done it okay on their own, but they've now got partners in the house that they didn't have before. Children are maybe being homeschooled, etc. That impacts their ability to work, either because of space or the extra bandwidth that's being consumed by other members in the household. It all changes the dynamics of how we do work and what is and isn't possible. And I think that as a country, the infrastructure is definitely challenged, and we've seen more and more of our customers who have looked for mobile data solutions, so 4G routers, etc., to support their ability to work from home. So connectivity is one of the challenges. The new way of working for individuals is also a massive challenge, and my colleague Sheena has written an excellent blog on the FluidOne website about how we have tried to engage our staff and make that transition from being a social organisation, having time in the office, spending time with colleagues, to being almost isolated in different environments, that much more acceptable, and to make sure that people remain motivated and productive during that time. So definitely worth the read for people who haven't looked at that yet. So what is the real need for a unified communications platform, and what can it deliver to us? I think we've all experienced different types of or platforms that share some of the functionality that we're going to talk about today. But what's really important to me, I think, in this stage is the word unified in the phrase. So because it is unified, it is all joined up, it's in one place, you're not switching between different messaging windows, you're not switching between applications, etc. It makes life so much easier for people that they're not using those different tools. We find it that when we work with customers that they want to use a particular platform, you still have to be switching between different tools. But let's make our lives as easy as possible, have all of those tools available to us in one place. It all works together, we're trained on one platform, and it works really well. So we're going to talk a little bit about phones, the audio part of the conversation that we have, dealing with calls that come in from customers and suppliers, and being able to reach out to those organisations that still work on a traditional phone system. We'll talk about the multi-channel ways of communicating with each other through chat windows, through video calls. We'll also talk about how do we monitor what people are doing. So we're managing teams. We want to make sure that people are available, that we can get hold of them at the right time. There's been quite a lot of articles written on social media and LinkedIn specifically about the risk of micromanaging people when people are working from home and how you can do that. But actually, there's a balance between micromanaging people and just being able to get hold of people at the appropriate times. And we'll talk a little bit about the analytics that are available from this particular platform. So one of the biggest challenges is you shut your office, everybody moves home, everyone works from home, and you've got access to your laptop, so you've got email and you've got some of the core applications that you've used before, but it's not quite as easy to pick up your desk phone and take your phone number with you. Now, as PBX systems have evolved, the ability to do that and have soft phones has increased, but it's important for your customers or your suppliers to be able to get hold of you in the same way that they did before. They want to be able to just ring your number and speak to you. So how do they do that? So we'll talk a little bit about that and addressing the challenges of just voice calls when people are working from home. We'll also touch on that piece about how do I replace the conversation that I have with somebody in the office when I can just shout over the desk and just ask them something quickly. I know that John in accounts will know the answer, but I could just walk over to him. He's like 3 desks away. Or I just want to shout over to Mike and just say, how do I actually put this product on the system? Or where's the price code for this particular SKU? How do we do that when we're not in the office, when we're sat in the home? Because those guys aren't sat in your living room or your home office or your kitchen or wherever you're working from. So having some way of just keeping in touch without interrupting people, without necessarily having to pick up the phone for them is really important and builds on that collaborative working piece. And then finally, what is those face-to-face meetings and staying personal with everybody, staying connected and involved. My team has a regular morning meeting, so everyone gets together, we get on a video chat, and it feels like we're all still together. And actually, this last 8 weeks has probably made us more connected than we were before, because everyone gets together and we share better insight than we did previously. But maintaining that face-to-face contact is important. And also dealing with customers and suppliers is also really important. How do we do that? Is there a platform that we can work off of, and does it work well for everybody? So we'll touch on the meetings aspect as well.